All right, just got the Vrsf 7.5-inch intercooler all mounted. Luckily, my shrouds were already pre-trimmed from my old front mount, so I didn't have to do any additional trimming, which is awesome. To mount, it was actually just 2 Phillips head screws that go into this plastic piece. And then same thing on this side. Now I'll be able to route my intercooler tubes and do those couplers. All right, we got the intercooler and all the couplers charge pipes all mounted. All right, so now that all the Vrsf stuff is kind of installed so far, inlets, outlets, charge pipe, and now front mount, I am currently working on replacing the old downpipe gaskets. I got some new ones from Vrsf as well, so I did end up putting those in there. Removal wasn't bad, just use a pick or a screwdriver and you'll be able to kind of get them out. The new ones just kind of press in, which was super easy. Really kind of hard to show you guys that, but up in there, there's our V-band for our downpipe. I have one loosely fit. Note, you do have to do this downpipe before you do the one that connects to this turbo up here. I got the other one on and had to take it right back off because I couldn't put this one in, so note to self. But downpipes are going back in, and then I can put back the O2 sensors. Trying to think of what else. Cody's exhaust is going to go on there. So I will have a full straight pipe. And then I am still in the process of getting the M3 fenders on, so. Vrsf 7.5-inch competition intercooler, I actually looked up, is good for 1100 wheel horsepower is what it's rated for, so I thought that was kind of cool. But little factoid. Again, big shout out to Vrsf. I definitely bought a lot of their parts, and hopefully they actually hold up to the horsepower that they claim and stuff like that. I mean, their quality seems to be pretty decent, especially upgrading from this intercooler that is 3.5 inches Cody measured. It is actually a little bit longer, but the other one that we installed is much thicker, and obviously it's stepped. So overall, definitely an upgrade. If you want to pick one up for yourself, I'll link it down in the description below. I got half of my stuff from Vrsf themselves, and then another order I actually went through ECS. So either way, I will link both of those sites. I used a lot of both of them for the build so far, and I actually have a big package coming from Burger Tuning sometime next week, I think. But making progress. Again, the road to 600 wheel continues, and once I get all these parts on, and before I put the port injection and the fuel pump in, I should be able to actually put MHD and JB4 in and get a rough tune going. So we'll see what happens. Small update. Got the downpipes on after I don't even know how many hours I struggled. Couple notes. You should definitely label which O2 sensors come out of what pipes. I labeled by left pipe and right pipe, and then there's sensors 1 and 2. So I just marked L1, L2, R1, R2, and that made getting the O2 sensors in a lot easier. You can install the O2 sensors into the downpipes after the downpipes are installed. And again, you're going to want to do that front downpipe, the right pipe, in my case, and then put the left pipe on after that. Let me just make sure I'm saying the right thing. Yeah. No. Yeah, no, that is what I did. For those of you doing downpipes by yourself, I'm sorry. That's all I got. Oh. But they're actually pretty hard to see. But way in there is fully connected V-bands now. Oh man, I'm not making it better. Yeah, no, so a little bit of progress, and I did put the headlight back in, so I'm kind of in the process of getting this M3 fender situated before I actually film the driver's side, how to do it, removal and install. Other things, just attached the vacuum line for the HKS, got the couple zip ties just connected. I did end up throwing my radiator fans and kind of the upper shrouding for the intake system back in. My boost canisters are reinstalled along with my coolant expansion. Oh, I did have to note this. So doing my inlets, it was kind of hard to see now, but if you can see, I have a couple of zip ties down there. There's one on over here and one over here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see this on camera, but it was ridiculously close. Well, it was on my one of my belts for the silicone inlet. So putting those couple zip ties actually was able to get enough clearance where I am now fully clearing all my belts. Sorry, my camera won't focus, but one zip tie, two zip ties. And just kind of maneuvering your intake and this hose clamp, you know, it might actually just give you enough clearance from, again, the belts. I might run into issues if the motor has a ton of like shake play or kind of thing, but hopefully I just don't even have to worry about it. All this is looking pretty nice. It's coming together now. It's starting to look like a car again. Oh, another note. I actually disconnected. Where are they? This E14, I believe, and there's another one over there. On the top, there are two 16mm nuts. Removing those two bolts and pulling the rack forward made getting the V-bands for the downpipe through this section just super easy, and like I got all of my O2 sensors in through there as well. But again, sorry, it won't focus. Having your steering rack kind of disconnected a little bit definitely was the move. Next step back here is going to be getting my V-brace towards the rear. I'm going to take that off. I have to dig out my stock exhaust kind of clamp holder that goes kind of around here-ish. It clamps both of the exhaust pipes to the car, basically, for the front. And I have Cody's old straight pipe exhaust that I will be repairing a couple exhaust leaks, and then we'll be bolting that on next. So Thanks for tuning in to this Ricer talk. And for those curious, this headlight is not really actually attached. And the fender is also not bolted, so that's why there's this huge gap. But don't worry about it, because it's not the M3 fender episode. Alright, so that wraps up part 2. The road to 600 wheel horsepower continues. The time is probably like 1:30 or 2 o'clock by now, because I've been out here for a really long time doing those downpipes and V-bands, and the front mount took a bit, and honestly everything has been taking a bit, but we've been chugging along. Again, big shout out to Ricer Cody for his help in wrenching. I know we're both kind of rebuilding our cars for this season, so it's kind of nice to do it with a friend at least. But a lot of exciting plans for Shego coming up. If you follow my Instagram, then you might see some of those sneak peeks of some of those parts that might pop up. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the Road to 600 Wheel. Ricer Rod signing off. See you in the next one.